Hey YouTube, Simply Voidy here. Um, this is my first video on YouTube, and I just came back to Yu-Gi-Oh! A couple months ago after like 4 years, I would say. So I went out and bought uh, three Lost Sanctuary structure decks. I bought three of them because coming back to Yu-Gi-Oh! A couple months ago, I thought it would be pretty good to make a good deck for cheap and not expensive. Um, so yeah, this deck does run Sanctuaries. It's the agent deck. So we're gonna get started with monsters. Um, 3 Master Hyperion. Obviously, he's the main card of the deck, so 3 Earth. She searches out your Hyperion and Venus, and she's a 2-star tuner. So got the 3 Venus. Brings out the Shine Balls. So 3 Shine Balls. Then I play 2 Jupiters. I did play 3, but I took one out and put in a burial from a different dimension. I don't know if it's gonna work though, but I'll explain that later. 1 Christia. I only play 1 Christia because I only have 1, but even though if I had more, I wouldn't play more than 1 because it would just stop you too much from summoning out your monsters. And even if Christia dies, she'll go back to the top of your deck, so it can keep coming back. So there's no need to really go any further than like 1 or 2. 1 Honest, 1 Zerdias, 2100 beater, but I really use him only so when I discard him I can get out my Sanctuary. 1 Genix ally Birdman, because I think it works great with Venus. If you have Venus and Birdman in your hand, basically you play Venus, then you spam your 3 Shine Balls and return 1 Shine Ball so that you can summon out your Birdman. Then you synchro with Birdman, a Venus, and your 2 Shine Balls, and you can bring out a level 10 synchro in 1 turn. And in this case, the level 10 synchro in my deck is Ally of Justice, Decisive Armor. Because, like I said, I just came back to Yu-Gi-Oh! A couple months ago, so didn't really go and buy expensive synchros. And I think this deck really doesn't need to depend on synchros, though. So that's the monsters. And I will need you guys to comment about your opinion on me taking out 1 Jupiter for the burial. So spells, obviously 3 Sanctuaries. I prefer the Sanctuary build over the speed build to get Hyperion out quickly. Sanctuary basically makes all the battle damage involving your fairies to 0, but I really don't care for that. I just use Sanctuary to use those bonus effects like Earth to search Hyperion and Venus. 2 Terraformings gets out your Sanctuaries, and only play 2 because I already have their dice as well, searching out the Sanctuaries. Then I play 2 Valhallas. Gets out your Hyperion and Christia. 2 Dualities. Really, I think it's just a good card to run in most decks because you just get your hands all set up, and you could set up for that Venus and Birdman play, and it's just a great card to run. 2 MST, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Heavy, and you can see these are just staples. A Reborn and a Burial. Like I said, I took out 1 Jupiter for this Burial, so I don't know if it's gonna work. What I thought was that since I get my Hyperions out through Earth, so basically I had to remove Earth to get Hyperion out. So one of my Earths are in the banished zone or whatever, then I play Burial. I can bring them back and remove them again to use Hyperion's effect. Or you could just use Burial to fill up your graveyard up to 4 fairies, so then you can get that Christia out. So just tell me what you guys think I should do with this Burial and Jupiter. So that's the spells. Then we have traps. 2 Divine Punishments. Works so great with Sanctuaries. Basically you negate a spell, trap, or effect monster's effect and destroy it, but of course it will be dead. These 2 cards will be dead if there's no Sanctuary, but other than that, it's just a great card you should run. 2 Trap Holes. This would be bottomless if I had any though, but I thought, oh, why not replace the bottomless with Trap Holes? They still make it's still okay, not as great, but it works though. But I will try to get some, so maybe if you guys want to send me some or trade, then just message me. 1 Deep Prison, 1 Torrential, and 1 Solemn. Now for the synchros. Before we get into that, I'm gonna say that I really don't run the synchros in this build for their effects. I only play it for like their high attacks, because like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't really think this deck depends on synchroing too much. As long as you get your Hyperions out, you're good. But other than that, I mostly just summoned out my Decisive Armor using that Birdman play. So yeah, these are going to be bad synchros, and really I haven't got my hands on great synchros since I just got back to Yu-Gi-Oh! 1 Wayne, 2100, Gaia Knightx1 2600, Arbellum, 2200, Field Marshal, 2900. This is great as well. You could get it through Earth and Venus, but it takes 2 turns, and Decisive Armor, 3300. Takes 1 turn if you use Venus and Birdman play. It's great if you start out the duel with Birdman and Venus in your hand, because then you could get this out your first turn, and that way you have 3300 beater on your field right away. 1 Leviathan, 1 Zen Maester. Like I said, these are just a couple synchros and Ixies that I have. I have more, but they wouldn't be any use for this deck. And so yeah, this deck isn't too dependent on synchros. As long as you get your Hyperion out, you're good. That's basically the whole deck. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me what I should add or what I shouldn't, or what I should take out. And make sure you comment about that Burial, because I don't know what I should do with that though. And also another thing is, I thought maybe I could put something a little interesting to my first time on YouTube, making a video on YouTube. Is that I made like a Double Deckbox, simple, not great but it still works. Basically, this is Grand Chase, by the way. If you guys don't know, it's an awesome online game. Still play it a little bit nowadays. Here's the inside. It's really nothing though. I usually just take a cardboard piece and stick it in the middle to divide the two decks, and I haven't put that little like sticky thing right here where you like attach it like for the real deck box. This stuff. Basically, what I did with this is I measured every little thing on a real deck box and doubled it to make this out of like whatever you call those, like poster board or something. Those like white hard papers. Yeah, so if you guys want me to show you how to make it, you could just comment below, and if I get enough comments about it, I'll probably make a tutorial. It does work though. It can hold two decks without falling apart. Basically, I could get fancier with this without like having to tape the pictures on. If you can use like glue if you want, but I just use tape because I think it keeps it keeps it stayed on the box, and yeah. But if I get better at this, I'll make like a really good one out of like maybe this type of material, and yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. First time coming back to Yu-Gi-Oh! And first time making a YouTube video. So if you guys like this video, tell me, like it, and tell me to make more videos. And if you want to find out a tutorial on this, comment about it and I'll make one. So yeah, comment, tell me about that, Jupiter and Burial. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.